region is the western region with 12%, southeast is 10, eastern is 11, and then they go down to north central is 3%, northeast is 4%, southern and southwest are also 4%. And so, in the western region, you would need something like 400 signatures as opposed to less than 100 signatures at the lower regions. So even amongst the regional directors that have to run, the criteria to get on the ballot is very disparate. And it should be more equal, okay? Everybody should have about the same thing. The reapportionment thing is also another concern, but I'm going to not really go into that. Now talk about how do we change this petition rule. In our Constitution, it says that the Board of Directors can change everything except the matters relating to the composition and election of the board members. And so we need to get a quorum of members that's approximately 3,200 numbers that we need to get together and put their stamp of approval on this petition. And I think almost everybody wants to get rid of the petition. There's a few people that want to keep them, but the vast majority of people, and I think the vast majority of the board wants to get rid of the petition. So the idea is, how do we go about doing that? We tried several years ago, we tried 2 different proxy kind of things, and it just, they fell down to 2 because nobody liked it, and caused a lot of hostility between the board and the members. And the Nominations and Election Committee is currently working on getting online balloting. It might be for this year, maybe not. But one of the things we can test, as opposed to testing online balloting on an election the first time, is to do an online ballot that says, okay, let's remove all the petitions. Just have that one item on there, not that controversial. I mean, there's a large number of people that want to remove the petition requirement. And let's do that as a test, online balloting. And so that's the kind of the plan. Now, the reason I'm talking about this now, since we don't have the online balloting set up yet, is because by next year in Reno, when we have the next BMM, we might have it set up by then. So, and this is all, tentative stuff. So this is kind of like the education, introduction, to let you know that we want to change this rule just as much as you guys do. Because it is an unfair requirement. Maybe when USPA was started as PCA, it made sense. But today, because of how disparate the populations are in the regions, we really need to change this rule. And we hope we can do it electronically and get 3,200 people to vote online. You're not giving the proxy, it's your vote, it counts up, and if we get enough of those, we'll have a quorum, and we can change that rule.
Hey, Jen,
Yeah.
can we have a show of hands of regional directors here? How many of you had 10% of your membership signatures to get on the ballot?
I think they all have to do that.
No.
I wanted to write in.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to write in too, but I got my signatures.
So what is that? Half?
Let me just follow up a little bit on what Nancy said. It's actually in the bylaws about the election of the regional directors. The Constitution's only a paragraph. But the reason we're able to change the national director requirement is because that actually wasn't in the bylaws. But one time we thought it was there, but then we found out it wasn't there. And so now we can have 100 or 200, how many people want to pay their $50 when we're on the national director. And so that was overwhelmingly approved. And we would have done the same thing with the regional director, but as you said, we couldn't do it because it's in that section. It requires a form, we can't change it. We tried very hard, we spent like $7,500 on proxy form and everything to get it changed, but we could not get it done with proxy. I don't think anybody wants that. And I think everybody in the world was, as far as I'm concerned, was pretty much unanimous in wanting that change. So it's there because it has to be there. If we can get it out there in an easy way, it can be done.
Thank you. It sounds like it's heading in the right direction there.
We've been trying for years to get rid of it.
I remember a bit of a stick about that a few years ago, but it's difficult when something's in the bylaws like that. It's so many people just aren't interested in stepping up and voting.
And then there was a lot of feedback saying, well, gee, we want to change this very specific. We still didn't get any votes. And I think because people didn't want us to do it, because there's just an apathy about getting it done.
Probably true. Maybe the electronic approach would help in that regard.
You know, we want to try anything to get it done, and
EJ. There are, in every population, there's conspiracy theorists. And skydivers are really good at it, at whatever level, within the board or within the whole membership. And if somebody perceives they're giving up a little bit of power, there's got to be a reason for it. I want to hold on to that power. And there really hasn't been any conspiracy, but there is that perception, or there was that perception. And some people, again, I'll mention online forums, not that they're all bad, but some of them love to stir the pot because they don't have anything else to do. But we are working with this process of trying to get online voting or balloting. The state of New York will allow us to do it. It's pretty much everything is there. We've done a test. Jan ran one test. I ran another test, both on the committee. And it's probably practical. There's probably security things in place. Everything isn't there yet, but we're moving in this direction. And then it's going to take a push to do kind of a hybrid with when we're trying to get information from our members to get a quorum. We're heading in that direction. There doesn't seem to be any objection by any of our board, which we don't agree on a lot, but it seems like we all want to move in the same direction so we can actually conduct business. So meetings like this, you know, we can't bring everybody here, but we can conduct association business. Right now, we can't even conduct association business. So we're moving in the right direction, and when you hear about this, and if you have an opportunity to be involved in a mock election or a test on this stuff, please participate and encourage your friends to participate. We don't have far to go, but it is a big step to get people's apathy changed, and we think we're probably going in that direction.
just one more follow. And by all means, you guys that want to change, the rule change like that, you're perfectly free to go pick up 3,200 proxies and you can change it. You can come to the meeting next time. You can change it right now.
I don't think I've met 3,200 skydivers in my life.
That's the problem.
Good questions. Are there any other questions before we go to the bar and drink on Ed Scott?
Hooray for Ed.
That's going to be from someone who's been around for a while, and I didn't know all this was going on, and I try to stay away from political stuff, so I just wanted to say that. If you need 3,200 people, wouldn't it be good to put an article in parishes, or prohibit it from doing?
We did that.
Perhaps both.
Was there an article?
Was it in bold? Was it in bold, italic, big red arrows?
Well, apparently 3,200 other people missed it too. A lot.
Any other questions?